Hi, I'm Jansen Skumpo, and you're watching NBA 2K TV.
In this week's episode of 2K TV, 2K19 cover athlete Giannis is...
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. And it is Magic basketball tonight as the Orlando Magic go up against the New York Knicks in New York. For New York, it's been a rough ride for them so far. We're a decent ways.
Yo, AI, you got a minute?
Oh, yeah, Coach.
Come talk to me.
About to head out for warm-ups.
Look, I just wanted to say the coaching staff really appreciates what you've been doing for the team lately.
Oh, thanks. That's always nice to hear.
Absolutely. So with that in mind, coach is looking to expand your role. All right, we want you to be one of the first guys off the bench.
Oh, you mean like the sixth man?
Sure. Something like that. Just know that you're an important part of the team, all right?
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Absolutely.
Nothing like these rappers landing all they acts. I spit all the facts. I put some ice on my wrist. And when I pop out this dance, man, I hit the crowd. As soon as I walk out, they stand there. I have been patient for this. I'm the man now with the man dead. I have my way with the man. I'm the man now with the man dead. I put some ice on my wrist. And when I pop out this dance, man, I hit the crowd. As soon as I walk out, they stand there. I have been patient for this. I'm the man now with the man dead. I have my way with it. I'm the man now with the man dead. I'm that now. Don't want no shit. I'ma spend at least 250 when I'm getting hurt.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, our game analyst, and from the sideline, David Aldridge. The fans making some noise here at the Knicks Arena. The New York Knicks are getting settled in. You take a look at the Magic. They come in off a difficult stretch of home games, and a win here on the road would do a lot to get that confidence back.
And right now for the Magic, they haven't attracted any serious attention here in the early season. It's been the kind of average start that most had predicted.
New group in for the Knicks. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Lee comes in for Hezonja. Baker, he's checked in for Hardaway. And it's Burke in for Moutier. The Magic also changing it up. Bamba is checked in for Vucevic. Jay comes in for Jonathan Isaac. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Grant. So on the floor for Orlando, Augustine and Fournier are in the backcourt. Jay out there with Gordon. And it's Bamba in at the 5 down low. Well, Doris, we've seen how much organizations set the tone, set the culture from the top on down. What common traits have you seen among successful team owners?
Well, boy, oh boy, so many, I think. Obviously, there has to be some level of financial commitment. You have to be willing to hire good talent. You have to be willing to hire coaches that you believe either developmentally are going to have a bright future, or if you're hiring an experienced coach with championship pedigree, are you willing to pay those types of positions? What is your commitment to the non-traditional aspects that we've seen take a more informed role in how decisions are made? What is your analytics department made up of? What is your nutrition, your strength and conditioning, your training program? Are you hiring top-level professionals across the board. And then to me, it's always about, there's a great quote that says, any organization is defined by the worst behavior tolerated at the top of the leadership position.
Shot clock at 3. Burke. And too long on the shot.
The D slow to rotate, and he misses out on an easy chance from mid-range.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
The Magic shooting their first free throws here tonight.
And when you think of free throw shooting, not particularly a strength for this group, right around 70%.
And he can't get the first one.
Gentlemen, if ever there was a market that is aching for a competitive team, it is New York. The last time the Knicks saw the playoffs, 2013. Boy, does that feel like an eternity ago.
Noah Vonleh, he's checked in for Porzingis.
Well, there's no consistency from the field in this quarter. We'll see if he can get his shot going.
The shot's good from Fournier.
Well, from anywhere on the floor, you've got to be aware of Evan Fournier, even on the interior.
Now, here's Burke, guarded by Augustine. Now, here's Burke. Augustine grabs the board.
Boy, a little too casual on the layup. Temporary loss of focus, not good.
And racing up the court, you have a number of options and a great decision there.
I love how he took the initiative, right? You took charge of the opportunity and made the right decision.
It's a tie game in New York. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. Kristaps Porzingis grew up in faraway Latvia, but thanks to his brother, developed a passion for the NBA.
My older brother, he was a big fan of NBA.
And Greg, that's something different now for foreign players, isn't it? A lot more exposure to the NBA.
And KP, a fan of the culture. You saw him in cornrows as a kid. I think that helped prepare him for the transition.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
And through that first period, for me, their work on the glass has been the difference.
Well, they are pounding away on the backboards. Every time that ball goes up, they are ready to go after it.
Trey Burke is out there with Baker. Then it's Lee. Then there's Vonleh. And it's Robinson in at the center position. They're the group New York will start the second with.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
No, exactly, Greg, especially when the ball is that deep inside. You've got to respect how he altered that shot.
And they pick up 2. Martin's got his first 2 points.
I don't think the pass could be better placed. That's a great assist.
Now, here's Burke. Defense is right there. They set the pick. Lee kicks to Vonleh. Here's Baker. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Not a lot to be happy about with the Magic last season, but they did see some improvement in some of their players.
You know what, Kevin? I think you saw Aaron Gordon make a big leap, and I don't think he was alone. Guys like Evan Fournier and other wings also continue to develop their games. If there was one silver lining for a very difficult season, that would have to be.
And so it's Orlando, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Nick, what got you guys going in the first half?
It was just we played aggressive and try to be present in there. Everybody.
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. The second half just about to get going here. Nice game. Great performance by Evan Fournier. Jay's checked in for Orlando. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Magic moving the ball around. Back to Isaac. Fournier in the corner. Pass to Jay. Shoots it up. Nice jump shot. Good. Jay's got his third basket of the night.
Well, Evan Fournier is a fundamentally sound player, and if his teammates are open, he will deliver the rock.
And so in the game for the Magic, Jay out there with Gordon, then there's Grant, then it's Evan Fournier, and it's Isaac in at the 3 slot.
Well, this guy's a rock. You know, this is a player that you can count on to produce under any circumstance.
Here's Jay. No good on the triple. New York comes into this one following a loss to the Raptors. Moutier with the ball. Working on Grant. Moutier with the ball. Cantor, the pass to Hazanya. Just 5 to shoot. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Once considered a huge bust, Mario Hezonja has started to come alive and find his place in the NBA.
Let's remember, this is a man who got his rookie option declined and had to make the most of some chances and showed he still has upside last season. This guy was thought to be on the verge of leaving the NBA, but is starting to come around.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Joakim Noah's checked in for Porzingis. Lee comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Trey Burke subbed in for Moutier. Then for the Magic, Bamba is checked in for Jonathan Isaac. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Grant.
Boy, Aaron Gordon is so smart when it comes to reading defenses. That offensive game continues to get better and better.
Here's Cantor. That one, no good. Great D that time from Jay. Gordon inside. Hezonja defending. Oh, he misses the dunk. Knicks trail by 7. On the wing, Lee.
Let's remember, Courtney Lee has been in the league a long time, actually played in an NBA Finals. This guy has been able to score and defend regardless of where he's been.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Now, this guy's a tremendous free throw shooter. You'd just like to see Lee get to the line a little bit more often.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Noah Vonleh comes in for Cantor. And it's Baker in for Mario Hezonja. Doris, you're talking about Lee. It's a shooter's league. Why has he been dealt, you think, so many times?
You know, it's an interesting situation. He's never going to be a star, but that doesn't mean he isn't valuable. And teams are willing to trade for him as part of a bigger package. Give him credit. The guy's been a pro. He never complains.
Robinson's checked in for New York. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Magic leading by 3. To the inside, Lee with the steal. And a fast break now for the Knicks. 1:15 left in the third. Burke kicks to Lee. Back to Burke. 6 on the shot clock. Lets it go from 14. And it's in off the backboard. Now just a 1-point Magic lead. Orlando's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on threes. Here's Jay. Another miss by Orlando.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
On the wing, Lee, defended by Gordon. For New York, they have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
And how about as a group, 80%?
Inside, it's Porzingis and Cantor. Moutier out there with Hardaway. And it's Hezonja in at the small forward position. That's the 5 for New York right now. And here we go. Fournier gets a wide open look. Nails the wide open jump shot.
Well, this is where Fournier's at his best. Give him some room to run, and that speed will take its toll.
Moutier passes to Porzingis. Outside Hardaway. Here's Cantor. Rebound by the Magic. It's Fournier on the wing. Here's Jay, and there are the Magic with another bucket.
Well, there's an all-around aspect to Evan Fournier's game, and a really smart decision with the ball there.
Outside, Porzingis, and Jay gets the whistle that time. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Kicked away. And here we go with the Magic fast break, pushing it up. The shot's good from Fournier. Fournier's got 4 this quarter.
Wow. Evan Fournier, calm in the face of the storm. Big-time shot.
Tipped away. And now, here's Hazonia. He's covered by Isaac. Moutier dishes to Cantor. Just 5 on the clock. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Orlando's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Passes to Jay. Rebounded by Hardaway.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want to give your offense a chance, and that possession didn't do it.
Not at all, Greg. I mean, no reason for him to be taking these kinds of shots. He has only himself to blame. Wow, Porzingis, no hesitation in the balance of the game. He delivers.
To the wing on the left. Jay, headed by Porzingis. The pass to Jay. That shot missing. And New York the other way now. Moutier kicks to Hazonia. And out of bounds is the Magic will gain possession.
Wow, what a time for a turnover. Shows you just how key one play can be.
And Orlando making a change here. Gordon's checked in. And 1:01 left here in the 4th quarter. Here's Jay. Will not go. This is off the front iron. New York's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. Outside, Porzingis. It falls!
Fearless, decisive, on point.
Which is exactly what you have to be, especially when your team needs a bucket.
Here's Gordon. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. Tim Hardaway picks one up.
Well, this game separates the men from the boys. Aaron Gordon, big-time delivery.
What's up?
He sinks the clutch free throw.
And the whole game resting on one free throw, and he buries it. Tremendous heart.
New York calls timeout. The score knotted at 67. There's 31 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Evan Fournier.
And his percentage from the field tonight seemed almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, I had a chance to listen to the Knicks coach talk about the game with his team. With this game still up for grabs, he told his team, hey, we're in position to take this one, guys. Let's stay focused and stay together, and we'll get it done. We'll see how it plays out, Kevin.
Boy, Enes Kanter's willingness to be the guy to take over in a critical stretch, so impressive.
That's good from Cantor.
A bit of heroics at the line right there as he bumps their lead to 3 and makes things a little easier for them defensively.
Pulls up on the wing. Knicks with the rebound.
I'll tell you, his touch has been off all day, and now his judgment is starting to go by the wayside as well. That's a poor shot.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
It's the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Isaac kicks to Grant. Jay, the pass to Fournier. Over Hardaway. Fournier's shot is off. So a close game sees New York take this one. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
And that'll do it, folks. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.
This year's NBA 2K launch was the biggest yet. Entering the space, fans, athletes, and celebrities had a chance.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. And it is Magic basketball tonight as the Orlando Magic go up against the Washington Wizards. Last game for Washington, they picked up the W against the Heat. Relative to last season, their record at this point, not quite up to par.
Fans are crazy loud. I got my go-to face on, and they can't chat when I got my go-to face on. Pull up at the show, I put my go-to face on. Feds on my case, but I got my go-to face on. It's so true. I drive as fast as the pole. Trying to say that I bust the red light. I know red light don't move. So look at his face. Don't you know this is the same face that all the bouncers see whenever they try around with me. Try to make man feel like a lowercase G at the end of the queue like a lowercase E. Oh please, man triple A. You now want me to queue and freeze? Nah, not me. Never that G. Oh my go-to face with me. As you can see, I got my go-to face on, and they can't chat when I got my go-to face on. Pull up at the show, I put my go-to face on. Feds on my case, but I got my go-to face on. So just act like I told you. You can tell by the look on my face, I ain't coming to do nothing else but go through. Just tell all the man that road you. That's why I better know plus one. Questions I beg you don't ask me any. That means I don't want to hear nothing other than go through. And here's your bottle of
The starting lineup for the visiting Orlando Magic. At the other forward position, Jonathan Maestro. At point guard, DJ Augustine. At the other guard position, Evan Fournier. At center, Nikola Vucevic. The head coach of the visiting team is Steve Clifford.
Direct from the most powerful city in the world, DC. Stand up and make some noise for your Wizards. Starting five. Starting at shooting.
Bringing you some fun on a Monday night. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Boys, nice night.
You look at Orlando. Well, it's been an improvement this year over last season. They made a lot of adjustments, and happy to see. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Miami's checked in for Howard. Green comes in for Markieff Morris. Oubre's checked in for Otto Porter Jr. And Satoransky subbed in for Rivers. Orlando also making some changes. Bamba's checked in for Vucevic. Jay comes in for Jonathan Isaac. And it's Jaren Grant in for Augustine. On the court for Orlando, they've got Grant. Aaron Gordon out there with Jay. Then it's Bamba, and it's Fournier in at the 2. Here's Wall, and Bamba pulls it down.
He's been terrible. Absolutely awful. I mean, can't get it going. His shot isn't there right now. He's got to help him some other ways.
Fournier passes to Jay. Pulls up on the elbow. Bamba kicks to Fournier. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. 58 seconds left here in the opening quarter. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Yeah, and the execution, time and time again, right on point. They're running their offense to perfection.
Here's Wall. Some solid defense from Grant.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they've come out strong. I mean, clearly they've been the better team so far.
And Satoransky kicks to Mahimi. The pass to Wall. Back to Mahimi. 6 on the shot clock. Shot by Gordon, wide open. Again, the Magic score.
You know, when Gordon is hitting this all the time, the defense will have to play up on it. Consistency is the key.
With the teardrop and the layup by Satoransky.
Great pass. John Wall is really good at finding the open man.
And so it's Aaron Gordon making things happen for the Orlando Magic. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We come back right after this. Growing up the youngest of 5 with 4 older sisters. And Wall had his challenges certainly growing up. We all know those stories, losing his father at a young age. But his mother, his aunts, Greg, his sisters, they protected him.
It helped him to get where he is now. We see it so often. A young man making it to the NBA is really a victory for the entire family.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Magic.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
This is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. They've got Bamba. Fournier out there with Grant. Then there's Gordon, and it's Jay in at the center, filling out the middle. Count that bucket.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
We always talk about the need for front court players who can both shoot and defend along the perimeter. Clark, if you're taking that in mind, who would you point to as the prototype for the new school big?
Well, I think the guy with the most potential in that regard is Joel Embiid. I mean, he's agile. He's got a nice touch. He's got three-point range. He's got post-up ability. And I think he can become an impactful defender because of his physical attributes. So he would be the poster guy for me in terms of the potential prototype for the new school big.
Washington calls timeout.
Well, you look back to the Orlando.
And so it's the Orlando Magic holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. And with as many three-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thank you. Aaron, great first half. You had it going. What was the difference?
Yeah, I just tried to come out and give my team a...
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. James checked in for Orlando. Jaron Grant comes in for DJ Augustine. Howard, the pass to Rivers. Grant against Wall. Here's Rivers. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Austin Rivers out of Duke, an elusive 6'4" combo guard.
I mean, a great handle, and he's found most of his offensive success with this development as a long-range shooter. It's gotten to the point now where you want him to put it on the deck.
The free throw drops for Rivers. Rivers hits both of them. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Inside, we've got Morris and Howard. Wall and Rivers, the guards. And it's Porter in at the 3 slot. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Here's Rivers. And another miss by Washington.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
The shot's good from James.
Yeah, the clever Frenchman. Fournier solid at recognizing when the defense isn't covering one of his teammates.
Rivers kicks to Howard. Back to Rivers. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. Howard's got his 4th assist in this one.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
And then Gordon with the dunk.
Hey, it's pretty simple when Gordon is connecting like he is now. I mean, you got to keep getting the ball to him. He often takes high-quality shots.
Screen by Howard. Morris with a screen on Grant. Here's Rivers. Off target with his 3.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen, got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
For Orlando, they have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them. And although Gordon had never won a dunk contest, there's no doubt that he is one of the league's most lethal artists in the air.
Yeah, he really is. Creative, great bounce and strength. Was recorded at the combine with a 39-inch vertical. I think he gets off the floor much higher than that at times. He's got great power and a good frame. You know, if you see Gordon coming down the lane with a step, you better run for cover if you don't want to be posterized.
For Orlando, they have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight. Both free throws good from James.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
Right wing. Oubre passes to Mahimi. Over Gordon. Bank shot, no good.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Now here's Oubre. He's guarded by Fournier. Oubre can't get it to go.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Fantastic speed on the break. Speed kills, showing no mercy in transition there, partner.
And Satoransky kicks to Mahimi. Floats one, and the bucket is good from Satoransky in deep. Satoransky's got 6.
Nice looking floater there, Kevin. Such a fast shot, a quick release. Really hard to guard that.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Mahimi, and it's Mahimi finishing it off.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
And a great second look there. Another Unleash Chaos replay. Brought to you by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. Grant against Saturansky. There's the steal. Here's Jay. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. He's off on the first. And Orlando making a change here. He hits the second from the line. 6 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Wall. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Wall's got his third basket of the night. And so it's the Orlando Magic holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Back right after this. And now let's take a listen on head coach Steve Clifford.
That was all decision making. Great job with the personnel. We didn't get spread out, and we ran down the rebounds. Those are ones we got to get. We got to get those long rebounds.
And Steve Clifford emphasizing hustle, especially with respect to rebounding.
And, you know, teams are addicted.
Washington going with a whole new group here. The Wizards have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter here, going 0 for 4 so far. And so in the game for the Magic, Augustine and Fournier are in the backcourt. Vucevic is out there with Jay, and it's Martin in at the 3. Howard, the pass to Wall. 5 to shoot. So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And Greg, last season there were some signs that maybe some of his teammates didn't like playing with John Wall. Why would they say that?
You know, Wall sits almost every season in the top 3 in assists. Not a stat you associate with selfishness. Sometimes it's really about personalities.
That free throw, no good. This NBA, Clark, amazing. The potential now for some players to play into their 40s. In fact, we're seeing a couple guys in their 40s playing right now and playing well.
Yeah, you know, I thought about it when we started to see this influx, Kevin, of high school players coming into the league at 19, 20, 21 with the advancement in nutrition knowledge and training methods and preservation of the body and taking care of it, that we might see more longer careers. But if you start at 21 and play 15 years, that's still only 36. So I think we're going to see some more guys in the 40s, but I still think it's going to be a small number by and large.
Rivers dishes to Howard. Missed inside.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
No good from Jay.
And I tell you what, he's doing his best to contribute, but he's been out of sync, out of rhythm. Luckily, his team still is in front.
Wall against Augustine. Pass to Howard. The 10-footer. That's good. And so Wall with the assist.
And finally, someone scores.
Yeah, it's been a defensive battle, to say the least, partner. Good to see at least somebody got the ball in the basket. Finally.
And Augustine kicks to Martin. Here's Jay. Cans the shot from the wing.
Jay.
Washington shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. Wall passes to Howard, and Jay gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Clark, we know of your involvement with college basketball, Cole in the Final Four. College teams occasionally change conferences here in the NBA. There's talk of eliminating conferences altogether.
Yeah, you know what? I'm a bit of a traditionalist here. I'm open to change, but I think there would need to be more rationale behind the change than what I've heard or read. So I think keeping it the way it is fine. So that tradition aspect of it is what I'm hanging my hat on. Anytime you try to manipulate matchups, though, to me, is walking down the wrong road. So, in my opinion, we should stay with the conferences for now.
I like that thought. There's 1:47 left to play in the final quarter. And Satoransky kicks to Mahimi. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Magic.
They've knocked down plenty of mid-range jumpers in this one. That's been big for them.
And also, I think it's really led to the rhythm and confidence you've seen from long range tonight throughout the entire game.
And the Magic making a change here. Frazier's checked in. Here's Jay, trained for 2 points. Jay's got 11 in the second half.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Orlando.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And, you know, against a conference opponent, Greg, who you're going to see 4 times total on the season, a 2-0 advantage is pretty healthy.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Aaron Gordon.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Satoransky with it, now defended by Grant. They set the screen. In the corner, it's Morris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Morris, a screen. Jumper off the screen. The shot by Satoransky, no good. And so the Magic can now just hold on to the ball. Jay, the pass to Frazier. Grant outside. Here's Jay. A three-pointer off the mark. Here's Satoransky. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Yes, good game, Coach. Good game. We did it. Yes, sir. Big time shot. Big time shot. That's it right there.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the big diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. And it is Magic basketball tonight as the Orlando Magic go up against the Philadelphia 76ers. For Philadelphia, a
Have a great game, man.
Starting strong, every option.
And folks, be sure to come out to the game for our water bottle giveaway. All fans attending will receive a Magic logo water bottle.
We are live from Amway Center for an Eastern Conference contest with the Magic in Orlando. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by the talented analyst tandem of Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. David Aldridge is on our sideline. This is the last stop for the 76ers before returning back to Philadelphia. They are looking extremely good so far, starting the season on fire, 6 straight wins.
Yeah, this is a great team.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge.
Well, thanks very much. Now, after college, AI spent some time in the Chinese basketball league.
David, thank you for that. From all accounts, he was a solid member of that Shanghai team.
Yeah, and for undrafted players, there are now a handful of options to get into the NBA beyond the draft, the G League, and also playing overseas.
You know, and early on, you want to win games, of course, but maybe even more important, Chris, establishing your identity for the long haul.
Yeah.
For the Magic. Bamba is checked in for Vucevic. Jay comes in for Isaac, and it's Grant in for Augustine. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Johnson, he's checked in for Embiid. Sharge comes in for Ben Simmons. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Fultz in for T.J. McConnell. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Fultz and Redick are in the backcourt together. Dario Saric is out there with Johnson. And it's Chandler in at the small forward.
You know, Markelle Fultz had a rookie year that was up and down, to say the least. He missed so much time during the injury. I mean, he reworked his shot. He eventually came back right at the end of the season and got right back into the swing of things.
Philadelphia's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. The shot by Chandler, wide open. Nailed from three-point land.
Oh, man, you better appreciate the unselfishness. When Redick sees an open teammate, as great of a shooter as he is, he's fast at getting him the ball.
The shot's good from Jay.
And a lot of scoring here early on. This is the type of game the fans love to see.
And the type of game that many coaches hate. Very little defense being played on either end.
Chandler is screen. Sharch with the screen for Redick. Back to Fultz. 6 on the shot clock. The 76ers need to get off a shot. The shot by Redick, no good. The Magic have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. Fournier passes to Jay. Chance there to take the lead, missing. The 76ers leading. Now Fultz. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. And there's the 3-second violation. And Philadelphia making a change here. Muscala's checked in. Orlando's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
No one near Fultz as he lets it go. Had the space there, but it's offline. Looking at Philadelphia, they took the win in their last game against the Heat at the American Airlines Arena.
The activity from Bamba when he's playing with a high motor, watch out.
Fournier against Redick. One second left, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. Nikola Vucevic firing on all cylinders for the Orlando Magic. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Right back after this break. Earlier, we had a chance to sit down with AI and asked him about his time in the G League.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the G League is tough.
And AI put up strong numbers. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic checked in for Mozgov. Jay comes in for Bamba. Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Jarrell Martin. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Fournier. Amir Johnson's checked in for Philadelphia. Simmons comes in for Fultz.
And think about, Kevin, this talented 76ers team. Coach Brown helped shape and form the core of this roster. I mean, he's come up with the group much as they have grown under him.
And so in the game for the 76ers, Amir Johnson is out there with Ben Simmons. Then there's J.J. Redick. Then it's Dario Saric. And it's Chandler in at the two-guard spot.
Oh, I mean, the main weapon in Redick's arsenal, he's out here to shoot it from deep. And he does that well.
And with Brown, he has the trust of the players because they have gone through the same trying time.
And let's not undervalue what stability has meant for this group. Having a coach like Coach Brown, who has been through the ups and downs with the Sixers, it makes players play that much harder for him.
And stolen by Gordon. Augustine in the corner. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Three-pointer. And the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got 5 now.
Oh, terrific pass work. That shot's a lot easier after an assist like that.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Redick kicks to Saric. To the paint. It's deflected. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here.
And defensively, great anticipation, making a play there on the ball.
And don't forget about the good hand-eye coordination. I mean, he almost corralled it in for the steal.
Simmons against Grant. The 11-footer. Jump shot is good. Simmons got the game tied up here for the 76ers.
You gotta at least contest Simmons from the mid-range. I mean, he has the touch to be effective from there.
It's stolen by Saric. 1 second left. And that'll do it for the first half. Game time. And we'll be back with you right after this. And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Nice for the Magic. Bamba is checked in for Vucevic. Jay comes in for Evan Fournier. And Jarrell Martin subbed in for Jonathan Isaac. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Amir Johnson's checked in for Joel Embiid. Saric comes in for Ben Simmons. Wilson Chandler's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Fulton for T.J. McConnell.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Jay out there with Bamba. Then it's Aaron Gordon. Then there's DJ Augustine. And it's Martin in at the 3. That's who's out there for Orlando.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Yeah, coming off of a good pick, you want to get that. When he gets the separation he needs, I know he would love to have that one back.
Inside, here's Saric, and the layup's good off the glass. Saric has got his first 2 points of the night.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
No good from Jay.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Johnson the screen. Chandler down low, covered by Martin. Chandler, no good.
Look, it would be a huge boost for them if he could start knocking these down.
He had a nice open look right there. Gordon's got the lead up to 5 now for Orlando.
No, you can't lay that pass in there any better.
Inside. And Bamba pulls it down. Bamba's got his 5th rebound in this one. 3 seconds left. Book it on the money from Jay. Jay's got 8 points.
I mean, you can see the D just a little slow getting to the bucket. I mean, he'll make you pay for that.
And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. Magic lead by 7. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Oh, beautiful feed. Always a luxury to have a big man who can see the whole floor.
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play getting started. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. And so, in the game for the 76ers, J.J. Redick is out there with T.J. McConnell. Then it's Wilson Chandler. Then there's Šarić. And it's Johnson in at center.
Now think about the core of this team, Kevin. Simmons, Embiid, and Fultz. They're all incredible in the open floor. All unique and exciting, and they can play the game in ways you haven't seen. Their unselfishness on offense seeps into the rest of the team.
And here are the 76ers now. It's a 10-point game. Gordon against Chandler. Shot clock at 5. Over Gordon. Here's Johnson. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
Oh, that's all because of the persistence from Johnson, battling for the second chance bucket.
Count it. Jay's got the lead back up to 10 now for Orlando.
He had to battle through some tough shooting problems in the first half. I mean, give him credit. It's been much easier for him in the second.
Here's Johnson. And they pick up 2. Johnson's got 4 points this quarter.
How about these big shots for him in the fourth? He has been locked and loaded offensively.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Well, yeah, he might have seen something he wants to exploit. Well, we'll see what they run coming out of this.
The Magic making a switch here. Isaac's checked in. And the 76ers also making a change. Embiid, he's checked in for Johnson. Outside Fournier. Passes to Isaac. Here's Jay. That one, no good. Some solid defense from Šarić. To the inside. Isaac with the steal. And here we go with the Magic fast break. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
Take a look at Isaac there, just patrolling the passing lanes, outstanding at knowing when to anticipate that pass.
Now, here's McConnell, guarded by Augustine, and here's Chandler from the arc. No good there, and Orlando the other way now.
He's done almost no damage from three-point range in this game. No threes in this half, and only 1 in the first.
The 76ers trail by 10. Embiid, the pass to McConnell. And here's Chandler from the arc. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
And it's sad because the team relies on him to be a threat offensively. When he's rolling, that makes them a much more dynamic offense.
Šarić has the open look. Good. And McConnell gets the assist.
Shooting while in rhythm. The work ethic Sark has and how he prepares to fire immediately is commendable.
From 17 feet out, buries the jump shot. 14 points for Jay.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
McConnell kicks to Embiid. Fader on the way, and again it's Philadelphia.
Wow, and he's an elite scorer with impressive repertoire. Embiid is outstanding at knowing when to exert his will on offense.
Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Pass to Birch. Here's Isaac. Here's Jay. And Embiid with the block.
a stalwart on the defensive end. Embiid is superb at making his presence felt with blocks like that.
Vucevic checked in for Kem Birch, and Philadelphia also making a switch. Simmons is checked in. The 76ers trail by 8. McConnell passes to Embiid. Pass to Simmons. Outside, Redick. Six on the shot clock. Back to Simmons. Oh, and the jam by Ben Simmons.
How can you not love Simmons? I mean, some of the dunks he pulls off are insane.
And that last replay, courtesy of the Under Armour Hover Havoc, unleashing a little bit of chaos. Augustine passes to Jay. Can't hit that one. Now the 76ers take it the other way, and Jay gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Gordon's checked in for the Magic. Robert Covington's checked in for Philadelphia. Here's McConnell. And Simmons kicks to Embiid. He drops the first one, and that narrows the gap to 7.
Oh, yeah, Cal. And there's no question, when Embiid is healthy, he's a problem. I mean, a versatile, confident big man with a high ceiling.
For Orlando, they won their last contest, that game against the Washington Wizards. And an intentional foul right there. And so they foul intentionally. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Timeout called the 76ers. They trail by 8. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
Yeah, this has been rough all the way around. I mean, coming in with high hopes and then just now trying to finish the best they can.
All you can do at this point is focus. Dial in on each moment. Do your best. You can't get consumed over the score.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Aaron Gordon.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
The lift he got from this home crowd has been obvious. There's nothing fans love more than getting a big game out of someone other than one of their stars. So the Magic win it. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long, everyone.
What's up, Ben?
Yo, yeah, what's up? Pass it back.
What's this, man?
Australian football.
Football?
Footy, AFL, you know?
I thought you said that you were going to make me a better basketball player. What is this?
This is a lot. You just got to, you know, just go with it.
Just go with it?
Yes. I mean, it just gets you better. Hand-eye coordination.
Okay. So how do I do it?
You just got to, like, put your hand in the fist and kind of like punch it.
Like that?
I mean, it's close. It's not the best I've seen, but it's not, you know, the worst.
Okay. So, man, I heard that you had some exotic pets, right?
Yeah, I got a ton. I got a dingo.
Dingo?
Yeah. You know those dogs from Australia?
Yeah. Don't those eat children?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. I mean, most I ever had was a fish.
What was his name?
Frisky.
Frisky?
Yeah. He was a goldfish.
What happened to him?
He died. My cat ate him.
You got a cat too?
Yeah, but she choked on the goldfish, so.
2 to 1, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, man, I'm gonna catch you later, yeah?
Okay. Wait, so I just hold on to this?
Yeah, you got it.
We made the announcement of our cover athlete this year in your hometown of Athens, Greece, and I know that the community there was super excited. Have you felt any of that from your hometown? Have you felt the love and excitement?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I felt the love. You know, it was.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. The fans are filling the seats in Orlando, the site of our broadcast, and where the Magic will be going up against the Los Angeles Lakers. Taking
Fans are crazy loud tonight.
And fellas, be sure to come out to the game for a water bottle giveaway.
Big mansion, one room, lavender. One above me hit my manager. This one I let you see. I know that you want to be me. You claim you're real, but you're squeal. You think I status, they call you OG. Don't been a table, but shorty. I'm blessed, I don't got to speak. For the haters, I got the best for them. I got the best for them.
And now your Orlando Magic starting lineup. That's small forward. 6 feet, 10 it the other forward.
The Lakers continue their journey as they play an interconference matchup in this road game. It's the NBA, and it's live right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side are analysts Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. From the sideline, we'll have the Hall of Fame for the Magic. Bamba is checked in for Vucevic. Jay comes in for Isaac, and it's Jaren Grant in for Augustine. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Beasley's checked in for JaVale McGee. Ingram comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Hart, he's checked in for Harris. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Rajon Rondo. Taking a look at Los Angeles. The forwards are Ingram and LeBron. All out there with Hart. And it's Beasley in at the 5 down low. We now have rules, Doris, that protect shooters from defenders stepping underneath them. But what about when the defender leaves his feet and the offensive player steps underneath and tries to draw the foul?
Well, I think one of the things that we have to look at is, okay, we certainly do not want the defender to have unnatural movements which place him underneath the feet of the shooter, because that's where injuries can happen. On the other side of the equation, and this has become problematic to me, you see far too many shooters either jump unnaturally outside of what should be a straight up and down shooting motion, or guys who kick their legs sideways in an attempt to draw contact and fall over. But Kev, this is where officiating is about feel, touch, and vision.
Gordon the pass to Jay. Gordon a screen. Now the dish to Grant. Passes it to Jay. That shot off. And the Lakers take it the other way. Fresh from a win against Portland.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
I mean, you'd have to question their effort, Greg. They did a great job at penetrating and kicking out. The defense simply wasn't up to the task.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
Here's James, and he drops in the layup off the glass. LeBron's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, that was the third straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Exactly the kind of ball movement they're looking for.
To the middle. And finished off by LeBron.
That's a vicious assault on the rim by LeBron. Incredibly accomplished dunker who's still got plenty of bounce in his step.
Here's Jay. Jump shot is good. Jay's got 6. 7 seconds left to play here in the first. LeBron, that's a 2-pointer. Again, the Lakers.
Kevin, the defender is draped all over him, doing his job. And LeBron James says, it's like you're not even there, my friend.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Well, you see a lot of players who pick up a controller and fire up NBA 2K, thank goodness, including the...
I play 2K all the time. Seriously, when I'm playing the game, I'm putting certain lineups on the court that I see could actually help us in real life.
Always experimenting, always keeping his mind engaged, Greg, with basketball.
And that's who Bron is. He lives, breathes, and eats basketball.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
I love the fact that they're getting so many of their points at the rim, just a solid first period.
Well, Greg, playing bully basketball on the block. Every opportunity they've wanted at the rack, they've got it.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter. On the perimeter, Caldwell Pope and Ingram. LeBron James is out there with Beasley, and it's Ball in at the point guard. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, of course, there's no shortage of storylines in Los Angeles. Now, last season, some people thought that Lakers coach Luke Walton had lost his players, and the front office seemed slow to come to his defense. Now, Walton was a high-profile hire from Golden State in 2016, and you wonder if the Lakers will remain committed to their young coach if they can't start winning more regularly. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you.
What a polished offensive game. Fournier cashing in from the mid-range.
And after the Lakers landed LeBron, the talk was about if they would add Kawhi Leonard as well. Ultimately, it didn't happen. Lakers want to keep their young guns in the end. And LeBron has said he felt that the team was ready without Kawhi and came to the Lakers because of that youthful core they had in place.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's the Magic up by 2. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Nick. Obviously very tough out there. What's your mindset?
Just want to come out and not aggressive, man.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. A fantastic game. Jay's checked in for Orlando. Jaron Grant comes in for DJ Augustine. Here's Fournier. Can't tie it up as that one misses. They've got Grant. Jay out there with Gordon, and it's Vucevic, and it's Fournier in at the 2 spot. That's who's out there for Orlando. Pass to Jay for the tie. He gets that one. Jay's got it all tied up now for the Magic.
Well, Evan Fournier is a fundamentally sound player, and if his teammates are open, he will deliver the rock.
Kuzma sets a screen. Here's James. Nice spin off the left rim and in. James has got 6 points in the quarter.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
You simply got to push through that, right? You need to at least contest the shot. Otherwise, he's going to knock it down.
Here's Grant. It's stolen by Rondo. James wide open. Orlando grabs the miss. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And they really got after it from a defensive standpoint throughout that entire game. The turnovers they forced really tell the story.
There has to be a willingness to take chances, jumping for steals, getting out in passing lanes, and all of that worked in their favor.
And that one drops.
Boy, don't you love to see Aaron Gordon make these kinds of decisions. This guy is fully capable of recognizing open teammates.
McGee a screen. Harris against Fournier. Kuzma with the screen for Harris. From outside, off the mark. Orlando's gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game.
Well, we know this about Aaron Gordon, guys. The athleticism has always been there at an NBA level. Now he's paired that with the improved shooting from a year ago, and that turned into his best year as a pro, and I believe he's a budding star.
And James is an all-around talent, a fantastic passer who actively looks to get his guys going.
Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. The pass to Fournier. Back to Gordon. And stolen by Kuzma. And here we go. Fast break. James has got it. A slam dunk by Corey Harris.
It's incredible to me, Kevin, how remarkably in tune LeBron is with the movement of his teammates. The guy is a scorer, he's a creator, he's a force to be reckoned with.
2-for-1 territory, but they got to work quick.
Right, you don't want to rush it, but you do want to get off as quick a shot as possible.
And the shot goes down. McGee's got 6 points in the quarter.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
The Magic shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
Only shooting 71 really on the season, so there is plenty of room for improvement.
Los Angeles has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Pass to James. Ingram outside. And Jay gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Orlando making some changes. Jay's checked in for Mozgov. Isaac comes in for Jarrell Martin. And Fournier subbed in for Aaron Gordon. And the Lakers also making a switch. Hart's checked in. Isaac with the steal. Taking a look at the Lakers. The forwards are Ingram and LeBron. Hart is out there with ball, and it's Beasley in at the center position.
Well, that's just taking your eyes off the target before releasing the pass. Very careless.
Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. For Beasley, as most people know, Doris, it's been a wild ride getting here.
It certainly has, Kevin, but the talent was undeniable, right? Let's remember this guy was a former #2 overall pick. Reality is, though, he had to spend some time in China. He needed an adjustment to both his game and his attitude.
Magic moving the ball around. Here's Jay. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
JaVale McGee's checked in for the Lakers. Both free throws good from Jay.
You think about the Orlando Magic and how difficult things were from a rebounding perspective last year. Dead last in defensive rebounding percentage. Listen, if you can't close out possessions, you are digging your own grave in the NBA. Well, with the defense laying off him, you know he's going to pull the trigger. They're lucky he didn't burn him.
16 feet away, JaVale McGee grabs the miss. McGee's got his third rebound tonight, and Jay gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game. Harris is checked in for Josh Hart. Augustine against Ball. McGee in the high post. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots. And Doris, when you look at the Magic roster, you think they'd be better at rebounding.
Well, I think, Kevin, a lot of people assume when you have big bodies that rebounding necessarily follows. The reality is there's an art to rebounding the basketball. And there were struggles across the board for this team. Let's make no mistake. Whether it was offensively, whether it was the rebounding that you made note of, there are a lot of areas that this team and organization needs to address.
And Orlando making a change here. Gordon's checked in. The Lakers also making some changes. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Brandon Ingram. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Ball. And he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
And in a game this tight, a few plays either way can start to turn the tide.
No, exactly. When it's this close, both teams are fighting hard. This is what you want to see.
Outside Fournier. Passes it to Jay. And Augustine kicks to Isaac. Gordon a screen. Pass to Fournier to the wing right side. No good from Jay.
Yeah, blown opportunity after the two-man game creates a terrific look.
Well, he simply misfired. You've got to capitalize when the screen opens up wide open shots like that.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
I tell you what, he was on a mission on that possession. Did not stop working until he got it up and in.
If you want to cut into a lead, you have got to trust your teammates and move the ball.
Here's Rondo, and he banks in the layup. Now it's a 7-point Laker lead.
If he's one thing, he's efficient in the paint. Rondo really good with the positioning there close to the basket.
Here are the Lakers with the ball. They're on a 17-6 run. And he lobs it up toward the rim, and it's McGee with the jam.
Really, really good possession there. They've never lost their focus, even as the game's gotten tight.
You know, a few more possessions like that one, and they can put the finishing touches on this game. They just have to have effective trips like that one.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 9. 1:16 left in the game. And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, JaVale McGee.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
Back to LeBron, and the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Here's Jay. Another miss by Orlando.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Well, you can see he's sputtering a bit, but he's trying to get going. I do like that he's continuing to be aggressive.
The first free throw is good.
Boy, you think about the Orlando Magic last season and the strong start they got out to, and it sort of faded away very quickly afterward. They ended the year as one of the worst teams in the East.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Ken Birch is checked in for Gordon. Jarrell Martin comes in for Jonathan Isaac. Frazier, he's checked in for Evan Fournier. And it's Jaren Grant in for Augustine. And Jay gets the whistle that time. That's it for him. He's fouled out. Now we'll go to the line for 2.
And he has to take that long.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll...
amazing.
On our 20th anniversary edition of NBA 2K19, LeBron James is our cover athlete. Do you remember the first time that you ever played LeBron, your first year in the league?
Yeah, I definitely remember.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the New York Knicks going up against the Magic in Orlando.
Good luck out there.
Fans, be here for Mascot Mania. All fans in attendance will receive a poster of some of the Magic Friends.
Don't forget to come to the game for a better way to
Make sure to pick up your official NBA program. Get player stats, find schedules, and read interviews with the NBA players. Programs are located at all entrances to the stadium. Don't miss out on much new Magic information. Visit us online or at tickets for more information. Magic basketball is starting strong and we're not letting up.
It's an exciting Sunday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA?
Well, guys, as you know, there is a long and complicated history between Corey Harris and A.
Thank you for that report as always, David. This situation not too uncommon in the NBA right now.
You know, there are a lot of guys who are very close off the court, but they'll go at each other all out when they step on the court. And happens more because of players seeing each other all the time in youth ball as they've grown up.
Boys, nice and hard.
Brent, we've got great front courts in this matchup. Since you played both forward positions, Orlando making some changes. Bamba is checked in for Vucevic. Jay comes in for Isaac. And it's Jaren Grant in for Augustine. And a new group in for the Knicks. Joakim Noah is checked in for Cantor. Lee comes in for Mario Hezonja. Baker, he's checked in for Hardaway. And Trey Burke subbed in for Emmanuel Mudiay. On the court for the Knicks, we've got Lee. Baker out there with Burke. And there's Porzingis. And it's Noah in at the center position. Looking at the Knicks, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Pelicans in New Orleans. Now, here's Burke. He's covered by Grant. Stolen by Grant. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Left side, Fournier. To the paint. Here's Jay. Porzingis with the block.
Yeah, good luck getting a shot over the 7-foot, 6-inch tall wingspan of Kristaps Porzingis.
Burke with it, working on Grant. Baker passes to Noah. On the wing, Gordon. Here's Jay. The Magic again can't hit.
His touch has just been a little bit absent this quarter, and he's missing a ton of shots.
Tipped away and stolen by Fournier. Here's Bamba, and the dunk by Bamba.
And that 7'9" wingspan on full display there. Bamba swooping in with authority.
Here's Baker. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. And Jay gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Noah Vonleh, he's checked in for Porzingis. Here's Vonleh. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Just 5 to shoot. Burke. And no good, his first shot of the night, missing.
You can't afford to let guys get comfortable there. The defense somehow avoided that shot from going in.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
To the middle. Vonleh, the pass to Burke. Over Grant. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Magic up 1. 2K Sports, back in a moment. Enes Kanter traded to the Knicks in 2017.
Man, it's just like dream come true. I'm going to New York. I was like,
that's a great place to play for the Magic. Bamba is checked in for Mozgov. Jay comes in for Jarrell Martin. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Grant. So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Porzingis, he's checked in for Vonleh. Hardaway comes in for Lee. Baker, he's checked in for Frank Ntilikina. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Trey Burke. And New York, looking at who they've got. Hardaway and Porzingis, your small and power forwards. Mudiay out there with Baker. And it's Noah in at the 5. Noah with a screen on Gordon. Hardaway, no good.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play. Okay? And he has not made one shot in this one. Has to be on his mind every time he's pulling up.
There's Baker. He's guarded by Fournier. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Mohamed Bamba.
And Tim Hardaway Jr. returning to New York with a 4-year, $71 million contract that surprised many. He's got to shoot better than he did last season to be worth that kind of money.
A fearless shooter and a remarkable dunker. Tim Hardaway Jr. is such a valuable rotation guy that you just want to have consistent effort from. And I think he's reaching that level now.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off. I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Knicks trail by 4. Now, Mudiay, he's got 5. And the Knicks miss again.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
Yep, just too anxious to try and make something happen out there. This is about the team, not about you. You can't afford to be that careless. They need him out there on the floor, so he has to avoid fouling again in this period.
First trip to the line for him here.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Augustine with it. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Lakers.
And what opened things up for him was his passing. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off it.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebounding. Unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Magic lead by 4. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard for the Magic. Bamba is checked in for Vucevic, and Jay subbed in for Isaac. And a new group in for the Knicks. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Lee comes in for Hezonja. Ron Baker, he's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Ntilikina in for Mudiay. And I'll tell you, Brent, a lot of distractions for the Knicks over the last few years.
Well, quite a number of coaching changes, obvious changes to the front office, so that means you're turning in a different direction. And some people in the Knicks organization really having a hard time just getting along with one another.
Augustine and Fournier are in the backcourt. Bamba is out there with Jay, and it's Gordon in at the 3, the small forward. That's who's out there for Orlando. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, the Knicks hope to build a contender around their star player, Kristaps Porzingis. He said playoff experience would be huge at this point in my career. The sooner, the better. That's the only thing I'm focused on. What I need to do on the court to play better, make my team win. Kevin, we'll see if they can get there together.
Thanks, D.A. Here's Jay. It's rebounded by New York. Porzingis has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
He has to be frustrated out there right now. His teammates are really picking up the slack for a lackluster offensive night.
Ntilikina kicks to Baker. 6 to shoot. Noah with a screen on Fournier. Here's Baker. And he can't bank that one in. Orlando leading by 4. Pass to Jay. Let's go. With the putback. And the second chance effort by Gordon. Gordon's got 8 points.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Gordon against Lee to the wing on the left. Noah with a screen on Augustine. Here's Ntilikina. Here's Porzingis, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Two on the clock, and Orlando again with the bucket.
And you could tell they had that play ready to go. Well done on the inbound.
And so it's Orlando in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We've got more in store for you right after this. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up. 2K Sports, happy to have you with us. Setting the floor for the Knicks. Longley is out there with Porzingis. Then it's Lee, and it's Baker in at the 2 spot. Right side, Fournier. Passes to Jay. The high post shot, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Jay's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Orlando. New York calls timeout.
And one thing they'll discuss are the defensive rotations. The other is in the matchups.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
So for the Knicks, Hezonja, he's checked in for Baker. And it's Moutier in for Frank Ntilikina. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I had a chance to listen to the Knicks coach talk about the game with his team. He is not happy with the perimeter defense. He said, guys, our three-point line is too lax, and they're getting wide-open shots. Got to get over screens and get on top of them and get them off the line. We'll see if they get the message, guys.
Here's Moutier. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Feeds to Augustine. Over to the left wing. Jay. Nice D from Porzingis.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for him.
Releases from 15, and it's Orlando with the rebound.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Kept alive.
And they still need to step up just a little bit. They have the lead, but he needs to find himself out there.
Hezonja kicks to Lee. Augustine with the steal. And now here comes Gordon leading the break. And stolen by Hezonja. Now here's Moutier, guarded by Augustine. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. And Jay gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his third. Now here's Burke. Pass to Canner. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
He's a scorer and stepping up this time. Cantor with a big one.
Augustine dishes to Fournier. Here's Jay. The 19-footer is on the money. Jay's got 9 points now in just the second half. Knicks trail by 7.
And at a certain point, there's just nothing more you can do.
Well, they're nearing that point right now. Everything would have to go perfectly just to give them a shot.
Augustine passes to Fournier. Now Augustine. And the pass to Fournier. With the shot. Here's Gordon. Lays it up off the glass. And the Magic lead by 7.
This is where you got to put a body on the guy. His will is incredible down on the interior, fighting and clawing for every rebound.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're down by 7. 50 seconds left in the fourth. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, DJ Augustine.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
Porzingis is checked in for the Knicks. They get it back. Moutier. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And still trying to find his footing in the league. Moutier must show improvement in his shooting moving forward.
Both free throws good for Moutier.
Crucial that he converts those shots. They've got to keep eating away at the lead.
Here's Jay. Again, the Magic score.
And with time becoming a factor, that may do it, guys.
Well, leads are not given. They are earned, playing with desire and attention to detail all night.
Porzingis kicks to Moutier. Shoots from 12. Connects. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Well, that's a huge confidence boost right there for Kristaps Porzingis. He's proving he's got what it takes in those moments.
And they go to the intentional foul. Here's Orlando now. They've led by as much as 10. New York calls timeout. They trail by 5. 23 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What's your take, guys?
It's going to be interesting to see what they draw up to get this quick shot.
They love to get it into the hands of their best scorer, but you also need a backup plan. Plan B has to be covered.
.23 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Down low and stolen by Gordon. And that's an intentional foul. Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
And those attempts right now at the charity stripe are helping them pull away.
Hezonja, no good from outside. Now here is Augustine. He's guarded closely. Puts it up from 12. Misses off the right iron. So the Magic win it. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans. But in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on. But let's give this group a lot of credit.
When you were growing up, were there any NBA players that you really looked up to?
Magic was one. Scottie Pippen, Kobe, KD, of course, Kevin Garnett. There's a lot of players I look up to. Thank God I had the chance.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. And it is Raptor basketball tonight as the Toronto Raptors go up against the Orlando Magic at Amway Center. Checking out the Magic, they were swept by this team last season, losing all 3 games they played against.
What's up, man? You're the only woman on my mind. You're the only way I spend my time. Tick, 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 boom. Can't get you out of the room of my head.
And don't forget to come out to the game for calendar day. What better way to We're in the place they call the Amway Center in downtown Orlando, Florida. It's the home of the Magic, where we are broadcasting our action live today. Sit back and enjoy this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. For the Magic, Bamba is checked in for Vucevic. Jay comes in for Jonathan Isaac. And it's Grant in for Augustine. And Toronto will go for a different look here. Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Pascal Siakam comes in for Serge Ibaka. DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Danny Green. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry. So for Toronto right now, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Wright is out there at Greg Monroe. And it's VanVleet in at the point.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
And that one, good. Toronto's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Outside Leonard, the 3. He can't get that one. So Orlando will take it the other way. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet still their ability to stay composed was impressive.
When things come too easy, it's easy to lose focus, but they held each other accountable and played hard.
Monroe kicks to Leonard. Shot on the wing, and he knocks down the jumper. Leonard's got 5 points so far.
Just keeps racking up the accolades. Kawhi's been an all-NBA first-teamer, a finals MVP. You'd think he smiled more.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
Here's VanVleet. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Monroe, no good. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. The Raptors out in front, leading by just 1. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Greg Monroe, regarded as one of the better big men in the NBA.
I'm a player, and,
Professional mindset. Monroe is seasoned veteran, ready to go when his name is called.
It's challenging to accept a different or lesser role, but Monroe is approaching it like a true pro.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And what do you guys think about the Raptors here so far in this one?
They've gotten that perimeter game going in that first, and for me, that was the difference.
Hot right out of the gate, generating some early confidence and building on that lead.
They've got Bamba. Grant is out there with Evan Fournier, and there's Gordon, and it's Jay in at the center position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic. Smitty, we've asked you in the past about what you miss the most about playing. What is something that you don't miss about playing?
You know, I think the travel time away from your family. That's the one thing I didn't miss. And obviously when you're a team, that becomes your second family, and you get a chance to be around those guys. But when you're gone away from home, the amount of days and times that we are, that's the thing I really don't miss, Kevin.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, the league has unveiled a 5-point plan. And to improve player-referee relations. Things became heated last season with a lot of star players ejected for arguing with officials. The emphasis on respect and clear standards of conduct on both sides can only help. Kevin?
Very good point, David. Completely agree. Thanks.
Kawhi has all the physical gifts, and the one thing I love, he really can pass.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Six to shoot, and he drops it in from the low post. And it's a 9-point Raptor lead.
He's a bona fide star. Kawhi Leonard with the workman-like approach.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. This game against Toronto here, it's their first look at the Raptors.
Yeah, and these teams pretty familiar with one another. They'll face off 4 times this year.
These teams have played each other plenty of times over the years. All of these games should be exciting.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Raptors lead by 4. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus of that end of the floor?
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Kawhi Leonard. Orlando making some changes. Bamba is checked in for Vucevic, and Jay's subbed in for Isaac. A new group in now for the Raptors. Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Pascal Siakam comes in for Serge Ibaka. DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Green. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry. Raptors leading by 6. Well, Steve, for the Raptors the last few years, regular season hasn't been a problem. It's been all about the playoffs.
Yeah, the Raptors have the goal of making it out of the East and to the finals. It's the right goal to have with the way they perform in the regular season. This team, they will always be measured by their playoff runs.
So for Toronto right now, they've got Wright. Monroe is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Siakam in at the 4 slot. Shot from 16, and that one's good. Leonard's got 16 points.
Mr. Dependable tonight, helping them grow this league.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Passes it to Siakam. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 5 assists tonight.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
With this big of a deficit in the score, you think the losing team would be playing harder. Nope, the opposite.
Here's Jay. The 3 connects from three-point range.
Jay!
9 points in the game so far.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
And Siakam has it in the corner. And the pass to Van Vliet. From the corner. That one falls. Van Vliet's got his first basket of the night.
You know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
And Augustine kicks to Fournier. Gordon with the screen for Fournier. Here's Jay. His three-pointer's off the mark.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
And it's Leonard missing.
No hesitation. He took it right to the rack. But a quick reaction by the defense.
And it's in there.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Love the unselfishness.
And a good opportunity here to go 2 for 1.
But you also want a decent shot if you can get it. That takes priority.
Screen by Monroe. Here's Van Vliet, guarded by Augustine. Here's Wright. It's rebounded by Jay. The Magic trail by 7. Gordon, with no one around, hits the jumper in space. Gordon's got his first basket.
Whether it's scoring, passing, or just acting as a decoy, his value to this team cannot be understated.
And again, Toronto no up.
He likes to work that in-between area, upset with himself that he couldn't connect.
Three-pointer right. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Toronto ahead, leading by 5. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be.
The Magic. Vucevic, he's checked in for Mozgov. Jay comes in for Jarrell Martin. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Jaren Grant. And the Raptors also making a change. Siakam's checked in.
Yeah, it's been about the rebounding. Really, that's the dividing line in this game.
Augustine and Fournier are in the backcourt. Jonathan Isaac is out there with Jay. And it's Vucevic in at the center filling out the middle. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. And Ibaka, no good on that one.
You know, and Serge Ibaka, a player who kind of came into the league as a defensive stopper, shot blocker. You know, still has great length and can bother shots, but not the prolific shot blocker he once was as the focus has become more on the offensive end.
Green kicks to Lowry. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. With some arc. Up again. It's good on the putback. And the Raptors lead by 17.
When shots go up, one thing about Ibaka, he gets to the right place at the right time.
And with Ibaka at one point would average almost 4 blocks a game.
Yeah, I mean, it is hard for any player to maintain a pace that high at this stage. Ibaka's done well to adjust, I think, his capabilities and make sure he can still have an impact on defense. The block numbers won't ever be as gaudy as they once were, but he is still causing problems for shooters.
The Raptors need to get a shot off.
full speed ahead. I mean, they have been in control since the opening tip, and that may have sealed the deal.
Yes, and you're watching. Even this late in the game, they're still making plays. You got to love watching it.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Toronto.
And as we watch the game wind down, you have to look back at all the second chance points these guys generated.
Yeah, they clearly won the second chance points category. Possession after possession, we watched them go after the ball and make misses turn into makes.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance, it was a big-time outing for Kawhi Leonard.
What you like about his approach at the offensive end today, once he got into a rhythm, he stayed focused. That's why the points just kept coming.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Ken Burks is checked in for Vucevic. Jarrell Martin comes in for Jonathan Isaac. Frazier, he's checked in for Evan Fournier. And it's Grant in for Augustine. Valanciunas, good.
And just putting the finishing touches on this one, they have been on fire.
I mean, a fantastic run. The guys are really clicking, and the scoreboard reflects that.
Screened by Valanciunas. And Miles kicks to Siakam. Right outside. Pass to Valanciunas. Back to right. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. On offense, here are the Magic. Trailing by 17. Another miss by Orlando. And the Raptors with the ball. 17-point lead, their biggest. And Jay gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul into the lineup for the Raptors.
5 seconds left in the game. To the middle.
Out.
And so Toronto takes this, but by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific...
Don't know where I'm going, but I'm going.
All-time defender.
That's a good question.
My position, or?
I have to go
Gary. Michael Jordan.
What's up, everyone? I'm Sasha, and I'm joined by 2K TV correspondent Blake and my team producer Robbie. And we are here to talk about the big $250,000 My Team Unlimited tournament.
We're excited, getting really excited about this tournament. It starts October 13th. There's going to be 16 game days, and they're going to be every Saturday. Just got to go in My Team, play some Unlimited, and you earn tickets as you play. And if you earn enough tickets, you qualify.
So this is another...
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me, oh, you know him, Shaquille O'Neal. You know this guy, too, Kenny the Jet Smith. And tonight our broadcast will be shifting to Denver, where we'll see the Nuggets going up against the Orlando Magic. Well, for Orlando, 5-5 over their last 10 games, but they're not satisfied with 500 ball, looking to tack one onto the win tally tonight. So we're right around halfway through the season. Shaq, a lot of trade discussions happening. What are your keys to making a great deal?
Well, it depends on your goal. You want to win now? You want to win later? A combination of both? Does your analysis ever make changes out of emotion?
Well, acquiring players that fit your system.
Yo, Pierre, you want to come out here? I got him.
Just a reminder, folks, to make certain to be here for our figurine giveaway. Come to the game and get a figurine of your favorite mascot, Rocky.
Folks, don't forget to come out to the game for Calendar Day. What better way to pass the year than with pictures of your favorite mascot, Rocky and the Nuggets Dancers.
Nuggets fans still have a few seats available for upcoming games. Please see the ticket booth for more information.
And folks, make certain to be here for Backpack Day. Bring the kids. They'll get a free Nuggets backpack. Two teams, two conferences. It's a road game for the Magic in this one. Great, Ted. And as things get ready to roll.
Well, thank you very much. Now, if the name AI sounds familiar, in China, he dropped a massive highlight reel jam on Corey Harris, and it went viral. That notoriety landed AI a spot in the G League, and from there, it was onward and upward. It is true that one shot can really change your life. Guys?
David, as always, thank you. I remember seeing that dunk. Wow.
And that was the talk of the basketball world for a minute. I remember seeing for the first time and just wondering, who is this kid?
And early in the season, many coaches, Clark, still experimenting. Look for Denver. Hernan Gomez comes in for Porter. And Murray subbed in for Gary Harris. Jay's checked in for the Magic. And so in the game for the Magic, Augustine and Fournier are in the backcourt. Jay out there with Aaron Gordon, and it's Isaac in at the 3 spot. Passes it to Jay. Unloads, and good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
Yeah, nice vision from the little fella there, Augustine, making it easy for his teammates by finding the open man.
Murray, the pass to Thomas. Millsap sets the pick for Thomas. Back to Murray. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Murray's got his first bucket in this one. The Magic trail by 7. Pass to Augustine. Now Isaac. Jay. Jokic defending. Right side Gordon. Millsap with the steal. A 3 ball. And it's Murray. That time on the assist by Paul Miller. Murray's got 5 now.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Plumlee comes in for Jokic. And Trey Lyles subbed in for Paul Millsap. Then for the Magic, Bamba is checked in for Isaac. Simmons comes in for Evan Fournier. And it's Grant in for Augustine. Denver making a switch here. Beasley's checked in. And a change for the Magic. Ross is checked in for Aaron Gordon. Last outing for Denver, they won that game against Minnesota. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Shot from the inbound. Offensive rebound. Simmons. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Simmons got his first points of the night. The Nuggets leading by 8. Murray outside. Down low. Here's Lyles. Terrific design on the pick play. And he lays it in.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
To the inside, and it's slammed in by Plumlee.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Yeah, and the execution, time and time again, right on point. They're running their offense to perfection.
Jay. Herman Gomez grabs the miss.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen, got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
And a lot of scoring here early on. This is the type of game the fans love to see.
Tell you what, Greg, it's getting to the point where you assume every shot is going to go down. I mean, nobody's missing out there.
Isaiah Thomas, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Denver Nuggets. And it was from three-point range where he did the... And being a smaller player is a challenge, but Isaiah Thomas always confident attacking the lane.
I just go in there. I've been doing it since
Thomas brings that fearlessness, Greg. He's always played with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, and he's got a deep bag of tricks for finishing around bigger players. It's really something to watch.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for Denver.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnover.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Denver, Jamal Murray is out there with Beasley. Then it's Plumlee. Then it's Trey Lyles. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the 3 slot.
Look at Mason Plumlee. He's a throwback big in my mind. You're not going to see him stretch the floor. That's not what he does. He has a hard time from the free throw line, certainly, but his size, effort, activity, really valuable to this team.
Shots good by Hernan Gomez.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some. And so it's Denver with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting. They've been dialed in so far from the field. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. For the Nuggets, Juan Hernan Gomez, he's checked in for Porter, and Murray's subbed in for Gary Harris. Jay's checked in for the Magic. The pass to Vucevic. Orlando moving the ball around. 14 feet away, and there's the bucket from Jay. Jay's got 6 points.
Great job getting to the right spot on the court. Beautiful passing all the way around.
And so in the game for the Magic, Augustine and Fournier are in the backcourt. Jay out there with Vucevic, and it's Gordon in at the 3, the small forward. The Magic trail by 17. Augustine passes to Jay. Fournier in the corner. He kicks it to Augustine. No good with the triple. Denver's gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. And here in Orlando, the Magic are the only pro team in town. You can tell that the fans want a winner badly.
Well, they show up consistently, even through the tough and lean times. And they've come close a few times in the history of this franchise, but have never quite gotten over that hump. They've had some stars and elite teams in the past, but the long-term success just hasn't been sustained.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Jokic, and Trey Lyles subbed in for Paul Millsap. Orlando also making some changes. Bamba's checked in for Vucevic. Simmons comes in for Fournier. And it's Jaren Grant in for Augustine. Here's Thomas. Here's Plumlee. Got a piece of it, and he gets it back. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Murray against Simmons. Murray dishes to Plumlee. And he makes good on the layup. Plumlee's got 4 points this quarter.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
No good from Jay.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Great Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious.
Ammonia strong, we call that. Wear that rim out.
Shoots off the screen. Basket is good, and they'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Well, it definitely was a disappointing part of his game this year. Not the numbers he was hoping for from the stripe.
Shoots. And that one hits back iron.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
And it's Murray penetrating. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Jaren Grant. For Denver, they have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5.
And when you got a team percentage of about 81%, you're going to be one of the elites in this league.
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean, the numbers have improved.
And that's going to do it. Some good defense down the stretch to end the quarter. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Nuggets lead by 19. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Beasley is out there with Murray. Then it's Trey Lyles. Then it's Plumlee, and it's Porter, and at the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Denver. It always seems like great teams find the best glue guys, the guys that make them a team. Who are some of those players who just bring a team everything and bring it together, Clark?
I call those guys value utility guys because they do so much that helps you win, and things just seem to run better and go smoother when they're on the court. And there are a lot of them that fall into that category. They're not your primary stars, but they make the stars better. Robert Covington from Philadelphia has that ability because he shoots it well and defends multiple positions. And Draymond Green is probably at the head of the class.
By the way, you're our glue guy. You're a 2K.
Glad to be part of the team.
From the line, that's good on the jump shot.
A pure shooter who's also efficient. Porter nearly automatic from mid-range.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. And Greg, with Michael Porter combining the length, athleticism, and scoring ability, he's a rare prospect.
I mean, in high school, he was the #1 prospect on a lot of people's lists. Had the backing.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Harris kicks to Murray. Jokic on top, and Jay gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. In the recent CBA, there have been a lot of provisions put in there for retired players. Health insurance, increase in pensions, Clark, reimbursement for tuition. What do you think of these changes?
Love them, Kevin. Absolutely love them. And again, credit to the league and to the Players Association for thinking outside the box, reaching back to benefit some of the former players that are actually in need of these benefits and deserving of them. Come on now. Those guys paved the way in many ways for what we see of the league now. And most players appreciate and recognize that, and for it to be tangibly recognized and rewarded is great to see. I love it.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Nuggets.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And they took charge when it counted and be notching their 9th win overall.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jamal Murray.
Boy, that was a terrific performance on offense. He was out of his mind. I mean, scored in so many different ways tonight.
Here's Simmons, and the layup's good off the glass.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, frustrating to say the least. I mean, don't even know why they're trying anymore. This one is a wrap.
Murray, good.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Big time. I mean, it's amazing. Their crowd letting them hear it, and that's always inspiring. They want to see this thing get wrapped up.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Lyles with it. Pass to Murray. Beasley with it. 5 on the clock. Plumlee, the pass to Murray. Shoots over Grant, and Denver again with the bucket.
And leaving nothing to chance here on this game-clinching run.
Exactly. Cold-blooded. Separation solidified. Great effort.
So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really...
Hey, Veronica.
Hey, you need something?
Yeah, just checking in. Anything for me?
Sorry, I don't have anything for you right now.
Okay. Thanks. Hey, Spinelli.
can't win them all, sir.
So true.